You are tuned in to Wine and Wisdom, where mothers and wives dive deep, share stories, and uncork life's most meaningful conversations.
Darling, can you pass the wine, please?
Every Wednesday, we're bringing you real talk, real scenarios, and the real reality of womanhood.
I love you, girl. Enjoy the show.
Happy Wednesday, ladies, and welcome back to another episode of Wine and Wisdom, the space where women like you and me sip, reflect, and speak life over the journeys we're navigating together. If you're new here, welcome to the sisterhood. I'm Jamie, your host, your homegirl, and your fellow mom just trying to pour into others while not forgetting to refill her own cup, okay? Tonight's episode is a good one, when motherhood disrupts your career. Ooh! If you just felt that in your chest, honey, me too. So we can sit and clench our pearls and sip together, okay? So go ahead, pour your wine, pull out your reflection journal, and let's dive into tonight's conversation. So let's talk about it. As women, our lives change almost instantly when we become mothers. Overnight, our priorities shift, our hearts expand, and so do our responsibilities. But what often gets quietly pushed to the side? Our careers, our dreams, our timelines, our goals and aspirations. Whether you are climbing the corporate ladder, launching a business, or going back to school, motherhood comes in and, well, it disrupts everything. But whether we want to acknowledge it or not, this is not a bad thing. Because here's the truth that I've come to learn as of today. Motherhood isn't a roadblock, baby. It's a beautiful, scenic detour. A scenic detour still leads to the same destination, but sometimes, and most times, with better views, richer stories, and deeper wisdom. You see, our children have a way of pacing us. When King was born, I went from grind mode to nap time shuffle with laundry on the side. Okay. It was so frustrating because I felt behind. I felt stagnant. I felt tied down because I could not work how I wanted to work. And if everybody that knows me knows I'm a workhorse. I love working. But looking back now, I realize God used him, actually both of my kids, to teach me how to be present and to slow down. Y'all, almost everything in this world rushes us. We got deadlines, social media, our peers, our family, the news, the hustle culture. But God is never in a rush, and neither are our children. And we should all know this. Because when you say go get your shoes, how long it take them to go down the hall and get them shoes? They are on their own time. But they invite us to breathe, to play, to enjoy life like it's meant to be lived, slowly and meaningfully. But hey, look now, I done been on both sides as far as working mama, stay at home mom. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's something very real called the motherhood penalty. And this isn't pointing fingers. I'm just saying. And it affects us as women emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. We got to do this because some people don't like my opinion, so we got to put the doctors in there, okay? According to the National Bureau of Economic Research, women's earnings dropped by 20% over the long term after having children. And in the United States, most women are only given 4 to 6 weeks of maternity leave, if they're lucky. I was lucky enough to get 4, exactly 4, not a day extra, not an hour late, 4. When I had Kylie, 4 weeks, and I had to go back to work, which is why my breast milk ended up drying up. But that's a whole nother story within itself. Anyway, that is not enough time to heal, to bond, or to recover, like I just said about my breast milk. It's not enough time. And yet, we're still expected to return to work, perform at full capacity, and still somehow be a present, active, good mom. Sis, it's exhausting, isn't it? And for many, it is a setback. Let's just call it what it is. Like, for some, It is. But I want to share something vulnerable with y'all. When I first became a mom, there were voices. Even in my own family, there were voices. Some of them were encouraging. And on the other hand, some of them said things like, Jamie, you set yourself up for failure. Or you'll never be what you want to be because you chose to keep that child. Or it's going to be so hard for you to do. Or you shouldn't be worried about your dreams because you have 2 kids. Look, I've heard it all. And for a while, I believed them. I believed that motherhood was a burden to my dreams because that's what was instilled into me. As soon as you have a child, your life is over. Hang it up. That's what I was taught. That's what I was told. Not just necessarily from family members, but from women, from men, from numerous people. But as of today, I rebuke that lie with everything in me because I chose motherhood. I chose life. And in raising my children, I rose into who I was always meant to be. And let me tell you something else. Y'all, college softball season has a time frame. King soccer, same thing. Even the weather knows when it's time to shift. So why do we think our careers have to be nonstop? Like, why are we telling people this? Why? Because, sis, everything has a season. Even if it is 4 to 6 weeks on maternity leave, everything has a season. So let's take it to the word real quick. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. Listen, my mompreneurs, my moms who are on mom duty and CEO duty. I know the journey feels long and the growth feels slow and unseen. And it is okay because God's timing is divine. It doesn't rush masterpieces. And let me tell you something else. Creating an original always takes longer than producing a copy. And I'm learning this in real time too as I'm talking on this podcast. Because sometimes when I ask God for something and he says not right now, I get in my feelings. I mean, I'm not walking around here crying, but I'm just like, God, I know you see me down here trying. Look what I can do. And he's like, you ain't got to do nothing. Just be patient. Patience be whooping my tail. Anywho, I get in my feelings. But later, I realized what I was asking for. Y'all, it was so minute. I'm talking about so teeny, tiny. It's like a pepper speckle compared to what he was cooking for me in the kitchen. And y'all know God recipes do not be missing, okay? Period. They don't. So if you're listening to me right now and you're feeling behind, forgotten, frustrated, unseen, whatever it is, hear me clearly. Motherhood may interrupt the journey, but it does not erase your destination. If you said you were going to be a boutique owner on the East Coast, guess what? As long as you're doing the work and your work matching your faith, you're going to be a boutique owner on the East Coast. If you said you and your family were going to live in a whole nother state in your dream house, as long as your work is matching your faith, then if God told you it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Your calling didn't expire when your water broke. The career or that small business that you wanted to create and you had to put on pause because motherhood called, that dream didn't expire. Your dreams did not die in the delivery room. When they laid the baby on your chest and said, here he goes, mama. That business plan that you were working on, it didn't go void. It didn't vanish into thin air. It's still there. It's still there with potential. It is still there. Your goals and your dreams are just being refined in this season. And refined dreams, y'all, I'm learning. Those are some of the most powerful, beautiful kind. So you're not falling behind. You're just being rerouted for something greater. And sis, before you go, I just want to leave you with this. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. We are being prepared. Sis, we may not be in the same building, but I promise you, you and I are sitting in God's waiting room, waiting and being prepared at the same time. He gonna bless you with yours. He gonna bless me with mine. But as we sit here and we wait, we got to understand that the delay that we're feeling, it might hurt a little bit. We might feel left behind, but it could just be divine protection. So give yourself grace. Be okay with taking the scenic route. Enjoy the view. Take some stops along the way. Enjoy yourself. And when you look up, you'll realize that the detour didn't delay you. It developed you. And hey, why y'all ain't say nothing? Speaking of journeys, be on the lookout for a very special in-person Wine and Wisdom event coming soon. I can't say much yet. I have some private invites to send first, but just know something magical is brewing behind the scenes. So make sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss a single sip of what's coming next. And sis, remember, when life tries to label you as just a mom, you look it straight in the face and say, I'm not just a mom. I'm a mom with a mission. Until next time, stay wise, stay wind up, stay prayed up, and don't let anyone, and I mean anyone, dim your divine glow. I love y'all. See you next Wednesday. Holla.